Hey guys, welcome back. This is our first session with my dear friend and co-founder Akshay Aggarwal, co-founder with me at Blocumen Studios and the CEO, and managing trustee at Blockchain India. Over to you, Akshay.
Thank you, Manav, for this incredible opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I'm super excited about the various things we're going to learn from some exciting individuals, and specifically really keen to hear from our participants of the 100 Days of Code initiative. I would quickly use this opportunity to set context for everyone who's been a little away from the Indian ecosystem or who's looking to understand what's going on here. So I will you, I will do this through a presentation. Let me know if you guys can. Can you all see my presentation? One second, I'll have to check.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Now,
sure.
yes.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know me, I lead initiatives at Blocumen Studios and Blockchain India. Both the organizations, are going after pushing mass adoption of Web 3.0 and blockchain-based applications. I myself am a believer of the idea that decentralization is important to drive progress and change, and hence all our work is going towards that. Blockchain India is an expert network focused on blockchain, where we encourage our community members to come learn and share about opportunities, skills, developments, basically anything and everything relating to DLT, cryptocurrencies, and everything else, right? And today I'm going to be talking about the Indian blockchain landscape. So, there is definitely, when we talk about blockchain, there are two perspectives. The more disruptive one comes from the digital assets or the cryptocurrency perspective, and it has been, a shining light for everyone who's, interested in cryptocurrencies, right? So, majorly, if you look at the last 6 months, there has been a drastic rise in trading volumes in cryptocurrency. Starting from March, when the Supreme Court lifted the banking ban that was laid upon by the government on cryptocurrency related companies. So, if you see the leading exchange, one of the leading exchanges was X. They have, tripled their daily trading volumes from 5 million to about 15 million. The interest among young Indians between the age group of 18 to 24 have gone up by about 83%, according to Coin Market Cap. There have been some challenges that have been lurking around for all of us, and specifically the one which is to do with regulations. We are seeing, or the word on the street is that there might be another ban coming up with this time laid upon through the parliamentary route by passing a bill. There is no significant proof as of yet, but yeah, the uncertainty still remains. Another problem that all of us in the industry, pretty much in the last 4 years have been seeing is the amount of scams that are happening because of just lack of education and awareness around digital assets. And if you see, the scams are definitely reducing in the in its frequency. And I would say that pretty much another 18 to 36 months we would see a huge amount of awareness already generated, since COVID-19 has pushed many crypto focused startups to compensate for their revenues through educational initiatives, right? So mass awareness definitely on the cards in that context, right? A major aspect of everything is mainly the kind of like the efficiency that the technology brings, while cryptocurrencies were creating new markets or creating new business models, blockchain as a technology is definitely uh, a short value in terms of giving new operating models, right? And there are the current scenario in India. You would see many teams, specifically enterprise focused implementations. Uh, you know, just like previous environments where we saw a lot of these developer shops, focusing on enterprise implementations, be it from the idea of, serving as a backend office for globally, focused enterprises headquartered outside of India, or even if we talk about the enterprises that are headquartered in India. So all these dev shops are definitely, looking at, they have some of the other forms of blockchain based solutions, to the point that enterprises or decision makers within these enterprises are spoiled with too many opportunity, too many technology offerings, right? So we see that there is definitely a need for standardization in that context, but we have an immense amount of work that's going around there. When you talk about you know the opportunities that all of us are picking up on in the industry, definitely there is an emerging trend of becoming an outsourcing destination of blockchain-based software development work. There are significant amount of product companies that are catering to global user base. So you would see exchanges going global. There have been some exchanges that started from India, and because of the regulatory environment, they were forced to move out completely. But once the banking ban was lifted, all of these companies considered coming back, and you would see ZepPay, Unicoin, specifically targeting the Indian market again. The challenges, as I said, was kind of too many opportunities has created a lack of standardization amongst these solutions. So we do need either multiple support or some form of standardization to happen. According to a Gartner's report, that it would take about 2 to 3 years for this kind of standardization or multiple protocol support to come in. We just took a quick survey within our community to judge, what's the mind share of different protocols in India. And according to that, obviously, Ethereum has been a sure shot winner. Uh, Tezos has been focusing on India for quite a while now, and we were lucky to introduce them to the Indian audience as the first touch point. Algorand and the ON are quickly gaining a lot of attention in India. The ON specifically, with their platform problems focused, outlook is has been a short hit, and that's why we are really excited about all of our work that's going on in that space as well. R3 has been definitely focused around banking implementations, and if you see, it would emerge as probably the number one protocol or the technology for financial implementations. Cosmos and IOTA are gaining some adoption as well. So yeah, again, just before I go to the sharing some trends around the industry, we are also seeing effects of standalone blockchain implementations in various enterprise environments. So we've realized, I think, day in and day out, some of the companies or founders of companies that I've been interacting with are looking at creating an upstream interface with ERP and CRM solutions that enterprises are using currently. So there was definitely a huge importance that blockchain brought upon, but that was overemphasized by creating totally separate implementations. And now that it's sort of that maturity is coming in into the space that we need to fit blockchain into the various tech stacks properly and not create the problem that was solved early on by these ERP and CRM solutions. Again, so the trends, every business that grows really quickly grows on some or the other trend. And I would say on the side of uh, our uh, sort of country, we are definitely seeing some major trends happening. I would just, just an observation, what's happening on the ground. There have been definitely a large amount of exits, specifically, the last year when there was this whole banking ban that wasn't, getting any resolution. So in that time, we saw Consensus, which had probably one of the biggest teams in India, as compared to any other, uh, you know, protocol-focused teams. We saw them completely starting shop. We saw a lot of entrepreneurs and developers move to either data science or back-end implementations in some or the other way, right? But what's been interesting is that there is a larger set of new entrants that are coming, and specifically these are focusing more on cryptocurrencies, specifically on the trading aspect of it. And if as I shared earlier, just the trading volume, kind of shares how the interest is growing amongst the mainstream audience. There has been an increasing focus on DeFi, away from decentralized applications. There were initial attempts at decentralized platforms. All of them have now sort of either completely abandoned their focus or have moved to decentralized finance focused kind of a direction. So a major trend aligning with what I earlier shared about outsourcing destination or mind share of different protocol teams. We're seeing that different protocols are creating India side foundations. We've worked with four directly in their setups. But this has been an increasing trend where the idea is to upskill or get push these protocols for adoption in India. And you know when you talk about startups, the protocols are supporting early stage entrepreneurs, which because of the uncertain regulatory environment aren't seeing a lot of financial support from the mainstream investors currently, right? So that is a key trend that we're seeing. In a lot of ways, we did envisage that from early on, from the very early days as well. And we're definitely seeing privacy focused apps pick up. So uh, if you talk about block survey, they're trying to build a version of Google Forms wherein the data is only being used by the team that's conducting the survey, and it does not have any centralized organization that can use the service. There is a decentralized storage uh, DApp, which in Newfind they're gaining a lot of I would say steam amongst the inner circle audience. At the same time, EPNS is a sort of decentralized notification system, which is going global today. And it's very interesting to see how the journey is you know kind of full of excitement and sort of exuberating with attention, effort. So yeah, there are various dApps that are coming up. um, you know if we analyze on the ground, right? So quickly, wrapping this up with what we're doing at Blocumen Studios. It is a venture production studio. We're focused on enabling startups to go global. We help them with consultation on the product front, on the fundraising front, on very early stage support, right? And that's pretty much one of the key things that drives us every day. A major amount of our work happens on platform adoption front, and the 100 days of code is an initiative that aligns with platform adoption as well as skill penetration, wherein we are focusing on imparting blockchain development skills to the participants that sort of have gone through the 100 days with us, right? So we'll be seeing presentations by them, in a couple of in about an hour, and there are some interesting, ingenious ideas that have come from companies within the community to come together and have this knowledge sharing focus with decision makers from enterprises. We try to patch in their products with the requirements of enterprises in that sense. Yeah, that be all for me. I hope you. Uh, I hope you like the sessions that will come after this.
Perfect. Any questions that you have for Akshay? You guys can post it in the chat or in the questions tab. Okay, perfect. So we can, there are no questions. Actually, you were very clear in explaining your point, I think. So that's
Thanks.
great.
Thanks, Manav.
Thank you. Thank you, Akshay. Moving, we'll be now starting with our second session. Keep stayed on to being there. Thank you.